Greetings. So I am going to try to slow down for the last few chapters, but keep in mind I'm also going to do the epilogue as well as, if time permitting, I also do my general behind the scenes of how I put this whole thing together and my final thoughts. So let's get started. Chapter 63, Spring and Summer 2019. It was times like this when Erica wished there was bereavement leave for people who lose their pets. After some serious reflection, Erica and Michael had an important meeting. She needs to keep working because there's still a lot more to do. After some serious reflection, she needs to keep working. However, she needs to make a modified sabbatical. Her proposal is to work mostly from home next year. It will be primarily podcast. However, she will help the clinic staff go to local schools to teach their students about their health education. So rather than hire backup community health educators, she'll propose they hire a menopause specialist instead. This is more important because insurance will either refuse to pay for care or they will only pay part of their patient's care. And the excuse, the reason they would give is all of them have a pre-existing condition. Now, that's the clinic side. In terms of the studio, she'll mostly work on her television show, showcasing local businesses. Also, she'll work with Chachi on her next film project covering a hypothetical situation where they met much sooner. At this time, Erica stopped talking, so Michael had to give Michael time to process what she's saying and to come up with his own questions. So after much reflection, he asked about travel. She carefully says she also needs a break from flying. Granted, she encouraged Michael to find a travel buddy. The other option is to take road trips instead. That way they can bring Elsa with them. Once she gave additional thought, he acquiesced. Ever since they met, she had not taken a single break except for recovering from her surgeries. And even he had to admit that losing Kamali was a huge blow for him as well. Granted, Kamali was slowing down. He knew that the inevitable would happen sooner rather than later. However, she needs to talk with her colleagues first before they make any adjustments. He nodded. Let me put that on there. He only hoped that this break will only be for a year. There's still so many places he wants to go with her. So, much to her relief, oopsie. Both the clinic and the studio agreed to let her take a modified sabbatical next year, and they also agreed to let her join the staff meeting via Zoom. Moreover, the clinic agreed to hire a specialist, menopause specialist. All their patients have a pre-existing condition. Even with the Affordable Care Act, many of their patients have to pay out of pocket for out-of-network care. At this time, Erica breathed a sigh of relief. Erica did the same with podcasts. It will be done entirely online unless somebody really wants to meet with her in person. The only thing that will stay the same is sea churn, fishing, sea urchin harvesting with Alex and Chachi. She knew that she will get cabin fever the longer she stays at home. So she made certain to include time with friends outside the gated community. Also at the clinic, she started a new project. She wanted to see patterns between birth and death rates by month and year in San Francisco Bay Area. She started with an appointment with Santa Clara County's Health Department, get ideas on how she can get an accurate count. The reason is some people do request that their passing not be on the local newspapers. Also, some people request that their cause of death not be listed. Once she learned how to put this data together, she started tracking. Next year, she'll start analyzing the data and will put together a research article. Once she got the green light from Michael, the clinic studio, she felt a huge weight lifted off of her. All of a sudden, she understood why professors at both of her alma maters take regularly scheduled sabbaticals. It's very important to take breaks, get fresh air. Hopefully, 2021 should be fully recharged, ready to resume working at a full schedule. Jonathan Sr. from the studio even offered to train his son on taking over the television show as well. It made sense. Both of them have advanced degrees in film and television from the University of Southern California, so this would give John Jr. some valuable experience. So ever since Erica took over Elsa's care, she got a lot of benefits from having a therapy dog. Elsa knew exactly what she needed before she was aware of it. She was in awe. The next time they went to Costco, they bought Kamali's death certificate as well as paperwork to prove that they are the new owners of Elsa. After showing the death clerk the paperwork, they changed the pet insurance to cover Elsa instead. Much to her relief, they didn't charge her to make that change. Also, having Elsa's former owner stop by every month helped. They too lost their dog when they adopted Elsa, so their additional support helped Erica move forward. Starting in February, Erica beefed up her work at the clinic and studio. That way she won't have any loose ends when she starts her sabbatical. Everything started to get back to normal until Sunday, March 10th. Her inability to adjust to daylight savings reared its ugly head again. Fortunately, Sunday services starts in mid-morning. After she started talking with Kim and called Lucas from her cell phone, they told her don't worry about it. She can resume the modified schedule of 9 to 6. And she talked to Michael. He was also on board of modifying his schedule as well. There was an unintended benefit. Since Erica couldn't adjust to daylight savings, Elsa's meal schedule remained the same. Granted, Elsa quickly adjusted to whoever was taking care of her. Erica was immensely grateful for that. To further help Erica, she bought a Hello Kitty analog watch, kept the time at non-daylight savings. That way she can quickly adjust when she needs to go to local school's clinic and small business studio. Her iPhone will tell the actual daylight savings time as reference. The following month, Erica and Michael went to their accountant. There was one hiccup. So she donated money to both her alma maters and her father's alma mater. They did not owe any income tax. At this time, she asked exactly how much she needs to donate to owe zero income tax. After the accountant did the calculation, she was stunned. She donated way too much money, so she thanked the accountant for the information. When they were at home, Erica and Michael talked about what they would do to make certain that they donate the right amount to the universities moving forward. Although the universities were disappointed that Erica was donating less this year, they graciously accepted her adjusted donation that year. Around this time, Ashley couldn't keep her secret any longer because it was obvious at this point. She is expecting. After everyone congratulated her, she said that she'll offer online therapy during her third trimester. Next, she'll try to get back to work as soon as possible. Then she'll have the baby shower on Friday evening, June 7th. This worked out for Erica and Michael. Her father and stepmother will have their modified wedding on Saturday, June 1st. Aaron Murphy, Shaw, and Maya and their partner will have their wedding on Saturday, June 8th. So it will be a busy June for their respective families. When Erica did the math, she surmised that Ashley conceived either on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. All of a sudden, she wished she didn't do the math. As a result, Ashley and Trey Jr. will postpone their wedding until the following summer. She will only do a direct invite to family and friends who will live in California. For her relatives who live in Hawaii, she will carefully but firmly let them know that she will have a modified virtual wedding and will give them a link to the website instead. At that time, her father, Richard, wished that was an option for his second wedding. # missed opportunity. It made sense. Ashley would be busy taking care of a toddler at that point. The last thing she needs is her tired extended family traveling Hawaii to California, expecting her to tend to their needs on top of her being a new mom and wife. Moreover, it was a good thing Erica downgraded her and Michael's health insurance during the previous open enrollment at the studio. At the emergency staff meeting at the studio, everyone voted to increase Trey Murphy Jr.'s benefits. Also, Lucas told Trey to let him know if their insurance doesn't cover the full amount, the studio will pay the difference. Also, Lucas offered to pay him paternity leave. When he thanked them, they congratulated him. There was also one more thing. Before they went on their honeymoon, Meg needed some sound advice from Erica. Meg is born in this country. She's used to kissing. However, since her father is made in Japan Japanese, he grew up without kissing or being kissed. Granted, Japan has changed and the next generation do kiss. Erica blushed. She carefully told Meg that she too wasn't raised in an environment where kissing is the norm, and she and Michael had to rush to learn how to kiss before their wedding in Hawaii. She advised her to bring the matter up to her father. Long story short, it's up to her whether she wants that to be a non-negotiable with him. Much to her relief, Meg got the intel she needed from Erica. At this time, Erica again wondered why her father thought that both of their foreign-born children would be right for any person who was 100% Japanese, born and raised in this country. Thank goodness, with practice, Erica and Michael have improved their ability to kiss each other. Around this time, Erica took a day off from work to help her alma mater's scholarship committee choose the next recipients of her scholarship. On her way home, she stopped by her former landlord's apartment, gave him a big box of Hickory Farms merchandise. Next, she did the same with her father's alma mater as well, not the Hickory Farms part. At this time, Michael made an adjustment to their October itinerary to Germany. Ashley's due that month, so he switched from spending 3 weeks in Germany to 2 weeks. During the third week, they'll be in Paris going to their Disneyland. Michael will get some gifts for Ashley and her new baby. The fourth week will be a staycation in the Bay Area. By the end of the month, Erica had a new screenplay ready for filming. After she thanked the junior executives for all their help, she prepared part 1 of her vacation. Part 2 would take place in October to Germany, France. When she got home, Michael went over the itinerary at the grandmother's fishing village and visiting his family in Hawaii. She also went to a local arts and crafts store, buy a knitting kit for beginners. She also had Michael help her select a group of yarn that's Ashley's favorite colors as well. After Erica dropped off Elsa at Richard's home, she helped Michael prepare for the travel. The flights from San Francisco to international and domestic airports in Japan were uneventful. Erica made sure to call her uncle before and after each flight, so he has an updated schedule regarding when he needs to pick them up. After Uncle picked them up from the domestic airport, they took the local tram to the bus station. From the station, they took the bus to the fishing village. Once they dropped off their luggage at the Akia and freshened up, they went to grandmother's house to prepare lunch for the entire family. At this time, Erica gave each of them a gift box of Hickory Farms products. When her aunt apologized for forgetting to send her care package the year before, Erica shook her head, apologized for not sending them the care package instead. She also gave her mother some makeup from a local Shiseido store in San Francisco. At this time, her mother said that she's retiring the following year. At that time, she'll work with his siblings and her brother managing their ryokan. When Erica congratulated her mother on her retirement, her mother smiled gently. Speaking of which, Erica explained that one of her co-workers will be going on maternity leave. Could her aunt teach her how to knit? It doesn't need to be anything special. Much to her relief, her aunt said that she'll gladly teach her some basic knitting, and they'll start with a scarf. That would be perfect. Erica forgot to measure Ashley before she left. Granted, Ashley's newborn baby will go through rapid changes, so she will quickly grow out of her knitted clothes. Moreover, she will recover during winter. Thus, the scarf is a one-size-fits-all. Plus, they'll keep them warm. Erica thanked her aunt in advance. She smiled gently. So they spent the bulk of the 2 weeks with Erica taking a crash course in basic knitting techniques. They also made larger scarves for Ashley, but they made mini ones for the new baby. And they also made some knitted throw blankets as well. During this time, Michael spent this time carefully feeling Erica's relatives. Much to his relief, they were at a loss regarding why her younger sister rushed to get married. Out of all the siblings, she was the only one who carefully thought things through before she said or did anything. After Michael carefully told them what Erica had surmised without any mention of her father, they all replied, "Naruhodo, I see." That was the missing piece of the puzzle. It all made sense to them. Their parents did not make any mistakes in their marriage and in raising their children. As a result, that gave their younger sister a false sense of security that everyone in Japan knows what's best for her. At this time, they were grateful they did not make the same mistake. When they thanked Michael for this valuable piece of information, he nodded. During the wee hours of the morning, Erica and Michael helped one of her uncles catch some fish. Next, during the mornings, they helped prepare the meals. In the afternoon, Erica and Michael toured the island. Finally, in the evenings, her aunt taught Erica how to knit a scarf and a throw blanket. She also made sure to spend at least one day at her family grave. After they took out their prayer beads, they prayed to her grandparents, and Erica called Richard when it was evening their time to see how Elsa was faring. Much to her relief, Elsa quickly adjusted to how Kim and Richard were caring for her, and even relayed that Elsa and Halias sleep through the night with their respective bedding next to each other. She made sure to make this call at least once a day. These 2 weeks went by quickly. On the final evening, her aunt gave her a cloth bag with washable period underwear and some took home. At this time, her aunt asked whether or not she'll visit the following year. Erica apologized and said that she won't. Although her aunt said that she's disappointed, she hopes that Erica will visit the following year. Erica echoed her aunt's sentiment. The next day, one of her uncles escorted them back to the domestic airport right before they boarded the next flight from the international airport in Hawaii and Japan. Erica called her uncle to let them know they arrived safely. During the week they were in Hawaii, they spent some quality time together. They also made sure to spend at least one day at his family's grave. Again, same in Japan, they took out their prayer beads and prayed. Same as in Japan, Erica called Richard to check up on how Elsa was doing. He replied back that she's doing well and playing with Halia. On Saturday, May 25th, they flew back to San Francisco. Erica made sure to call her uncle one last time, let them know they arrived safely. After Michael drove them back to the gated community, Erica went to Richard's home to pick up Elsa. Then she returned to their home to start unpacking. The next day, they attended Sunday services. Again, Erica was having a difficult time with jet lag, so she let Kim at the clinic and Lucas at the studio know she will continue working the modified shift of 9 to 6. Monday, May 27th, their gated community celebrated more their weekend. Chachi and Erica couldn't wait to give Erica the great news. Both of Erica's feature-length film put the studio on the map. Aaron's first feature-length film had millions of viewers, both at the box office and their streaming service. When Erica said that was fantastic, they nodded. As was tradition, Alex made extra grilled oysters since he knew they were Erica's favorite. Everyone else brought their signature dish. For example, Devin brought homemade cake. Erica brought Hawaiian-style macaroni and cheese. Richard brought homemade linguiça. When the meal was ready, everyone ate buffet style, sat at their favorite picnic table. Although it was tough to not talk about work, Chachi was gushing about Erica's soon-to-be film sequel. But this time, Erica knew better than to fight this battle, so she smiled gently. To be honest, she looked forward to hearing Chachi talk about next film, which will cover a hypothetical situation, how things would have been different if they met sooner. Granted, it wasn't far-fetched. Both of their mothers are from the same fishing village in Japan. She vaguely recalls she as an Erica. Erica vaguely recalls that 2 or 3 times her father let her mother go home. Their paths may have crossed during those rare summers. Also, she vaguely recalls her brother talking with her about air quotes visitors in that village. Maybe he was referring to Chachi and her family. Although Erica kept quiet about their family situation, she will have to go over her family's timeline with Chachi when they talked about the latter's film project, so Erica went over the family photo album. Fortunately, her mom did write down the exact dates of all the photos. As a result, it should be easy to compare notes. Plus, Chachi has photographic memory. If she is in any of Erica's family photos, Chachi will be able to point it out. The next day, they returned to work. At the studio, they hashed out exactly how they would put Erica's next film together. Then they got sets ready for the camera work. On Friday, Erica and Michael worked with Alex to do some last-minute prep work for her father and Meg's wedding. Alex being the event planner. Next day, they drove to Pacific Grove. After Erica's father gave her Leilani's leash, they had a wedding. Meg wore a nice shirt and top, while her father wore slacks with a dress shirt, jacket, which was suitable for daytime and evening. Made sense. The venue was outside the Lovers Point, Pacific Grove, and Monterey Bay is a bit chilly in the morning, but warms up by mid-afternoon. Although her father was awkward kissing his new bride, everything else about the nuptials went smoothly. Then Erica gave Leilani's leash back to her father. At this time, they went to one of the local Thomas Kincaid art galleries. After her father and Meg chose one painting, Erica paid for it as her wedding present to them. Once they wished them well, Erica and Michael drove them back to San Francisco to resume going to pride events throughout the Bay Area with Alex and Chachi. At this time, Chachi introduced Erica to additional people she has helped who has endometriosis and are queer. Erica was in awe. After Chachi went through her endometriosis surgery, she had an innate ability to pick out who else has this condition. At this time, they resumed their podcast series about how this condition affects the queer community. With this group, some of them felt comfortable showing their surgery scars. This was something new for Erica. At the clinic, none of the patients do that. However, Erica needed to show them that she sees them and she hears them, and she only showed her scars off camera. Chachi also took this opportunity to show her scars to Erica. With Chachi, she had already gotten her top surgery done. During her bottom surgery, the surgeon found a chocolate cyst on one of her ovaries and made the decision to not move ahead with the next phase of her transition. After she woke up and was given the diagnosis of endometriosis, she went to a different specialist to have that surgery done. So Chachi does have more scars on her than Erica. For example, Chachi puts extra padding into her bra to cover up the fact that she did get the top procedure done. This revelation gave Erica a lot more respect for what Chachi went through. If only her surgeon started with the bottom surgery, then this top surgery would not have been done, and Chachi would only have scars from the endometriosis surgery instead. # missed opportunity. As was same is true with so many other women who find out through an unrelated surgery that they have endometriosis. Chachi's not only raising awareness, she's also calling for Western medicine to find a non-surgical way to diagnose this condition. She does not want anyone else to have their trans surgery canceled due to a previously undiagnosed pre-existing condition. Also, there was one more interesting development. As an ally, Erica knew a lot of queer people are disowned by straight parents. What she didn't realize before was the fact that some of them were also disowned by their straight sibling or siblings as well. By this time, they saw Erica and Michael attend various pride events over the years. As a result, some of them started approaching Erica to be their substitute sister. When she looked at Michael, he nodded. She told them that she would be honored to be their sister. It made sense. Both of Chachi's elder siblings are bi. They have each other's support. However, not all queer people are as lucky to have siblings who are as supportive. Moreover, with a younger brother in Japan, Erica had to admit she did miss out on having a sibling in this country as well. Erica could only surmise how many scars Erin had since she was diagnosed with stage 4. This means there were cysts in both of her ovaries, and there were lesions in her diaphragm and one of her lungs as well. That's why she had to stay in the intensive care unit for about a week after surgery. Erica was grateful that she was only at stage 1. That's why she was up and about, as soon as she was wheeled out of the recovery room. It isn't any wonder that Erin chose not to move forward with trans surgery. Her first one took a lot out of her, and she needed the full 2 years just to make a full recovery. Erica's other surgery was to fix the hernia in her belly button, and if you really look closely, you will only see the scars from her endometriosis surgery. The other procedure was a focused MRI with ultrasound imaging, which does not leave any scar tissue. However, Chachi did know exactly how much pain Erica was in after her hernia surgery. She also gained a lot more respect for Erica as well. The following Friday, they attended Ashley's baby shower. This was new for Erica, as she had never attended one of these before. Ashley's entire living room and dining rooms were decorated with baby-themed decor and balloons and vapors. Much to Erica's relief, Ashley squealed with delight when she gave her some mom and baby knitted scarves and throw blankets. The larger ones are for Ashley, the smaller ones are for her newborn. When Ashley hugged Erica, Erica gently hugged Ashley back. Various members of Trey Murphy Jr.'s family gave Ashley some washable diapers, maternity underwear, postpartum mattress pads, as well as washable pregnancy belt and nursing pads. In terms of Erica's hernia repair surgery, she recalls wearing a similar belt while she was recovering. She was in awe that there are washable options as well. Moreover, with Erica's careful and gentle advice and guidance, Maria was finally able to give Ashley sound advice about the differences between a hospital birth versus a birthing center. Maria also asked Ashley to be open to having to switch a hospital in case there are any situations that might cause them to need to pivot. Ashley thanked Maria for her wisdom and support. Although Maria wasn't Trey Murphy's aunt, Ashley did offer Maria permission to be in the labor and delivery room in case she needs extra support. The following Monday, they went to the birthing center to have Maria added to the short list of people who can be in attendance for a baby's arrival. Moreover, when Maria married her husband, she wanted a big family. However, his sister had an ectopic pregnancy and lost her unborn baby. So her husband carefully but firmly put his foot down after they had their second baby, Aaron. Decades later, when Aaron was diagnosed with stage 4 endometriosis, staying in the intensive care unit for about a week, Maria was forced to realize that third baby would not have been fair. With Aaron out of the running to make a baby, that would have put undue pressure on her third child to get married and have children of her own. Plus, if the third baby was a girl, there was also a very real possibility that she would also have endometriosis and also opt out of having children as well. Married life was truly a mixed blessing. At this time, Erica realized that Maria wanted to pay it forward with her maternity experiences. With no daughter who would bring her grandbabies, Maria needed someone else to mentor regarding maternity decisions. Moreover, it never dawned on Erica that bringing Richard and his daughter Ashley from Hawaii to California will help Maria pay it forward as well. Toward the end of the shower, Devin brought her gender reveal cake. When Ashley cut the cake, it was pink inside. At this time, Ashley announced that her baby's middle name will be her late mother's first name, Kalia, which means joy or happiness. Everyone in attendance was in awe. After everyone in attendance congratulated Ashley, they engaged in small talk. At this time, Erica respectfully excused herself, saying that she needs to go. But Michael picked her up, asked her how it went. She said, "Fantastic." He smiled gently. The next day, Erica and Michael attended Aaron Murphy Shaw Amaya and Ria Amaya's wedding. Aaron's a member of the Murphy family in San Francisco. They had a wedding at the same Catholic church where the Murphy family attends. There were about equal numbers of the Amaya and Murphy family members in attendance. This was the first wedding for both, so this was a white tie affair. Aaron wore a floor-length gown with high heels, jewelry, and a formal clutch. On the other hand, Ria wore a tuxedo with tails, a vest, bow tie, white gloves, and formal footwear. Everyone in attendance wore similar formal outfits, but the women wore off-white or cream colors so as to not overshadow the bride. Michael has attended these types of events in the past. He helped Erica with the makeup and wardrobe. Since her ears aren't pierced, she wore the fancy clip-on earrings that she brought from Japan years before. She was grateful that Japan makes realistic-looking clip-on earrings, unlike the granny ones that are made in this country. For this event, Erica wore light blue hydrangea-shaped adjustable screw-back hypoallergenic clip-on earrings. She also has a matching pair of light pink sakura face-shaped ones, but she did not want to risk overshadowing the bride. The processional started with the priests and ministers. They were followed by the wedding party. For example, next person to enter the room was Rio. He was followed by the best man, groomsman, maid of honor, bridesmaid, ring bearer, flower girl, and Aaron, who was escorted by her father, who flew in from Australia. The priest began with an entrance, rites, and prayer. Erica and Michael aren't familiar with the Kyrie and Gloria hymns. They bowed their head down and listened quietly. Next, designated guests were assigned readings from the Bible. There was one from each of the Old and New Testaments. The guests repeated this responsorial psalm. Next, the priest read a pre-selected passage from one of the Gospels. As the guests sat down, the priest started the homily. Since the Catholic Church has its own set of vows, Aaron and Rio said, "I do," in response to the vows that the priest said to each of them. After the priest blessed the wedding rings with a prayer and sprinkling of holy water, Aaron and Rio placed the rings on each other's finger. Then both said, "Take this ring as a sign of my love and fidelity, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit." Then select guests, pre-selected by the couple, walked down the aisle to offer gifts to the church, while seated guests were invited to offer donations to the church. At this time, the priest performed the liturgy of the Eucharist, where the congregation recited or sang the Lord's Prayer in unison. Erica and Michael bowed and listened quietly. After the priest said the prayer of peace, guests turned to the neighbor and either shook hands, said hello, or peace be with you. Next, the Catholic members lined up to receive the Holy Eucharist in the form of bread and wine. Erica and Michael stayed in their pew. At the end of the communion, the priest told the groom to kiss the bride. After the kiss, the priest gave his nuptial blessing. Finally, the guests left the church in the reverse order from how they walked into the room. Then they had a reception at the Murphy Hotel in the same banquet hall where they had the annual Thanksgiving feast with family and closest friends. All the tables were covered with a white tablecloth and had centerpieces composed of white candles and bouquets of colorful flowers. In front of each chair were dinnerware, silverware, and cloth napkins. At this time, Erica put her gift on the table that was already full of gifts for the newlyweds. With Erica's gift, she put a music box that plays various songs by Andrew Lloyd Webber and added 2 gift cards to Broadway in New York City. The order was traditional. They had a grand entrance. Next, the newlyweds had their first dance. Then they had a buffet dinner with toast to the happy couple. Michael discreetly helped Erica navigate the different types of silverware and when to use each one. He also showed her how to unfold the cloth napkin, put it on her lap. It was times like these when Erica was extra grateful for having Michael as her husband. He knew exactly how to navigate these types of social situations. After reception, each guest congratulated the happy couple, left the hotel. Although Erica was still jet-lagged, she appreciated and respected each type of wedding that she has attended. Moreover, she looked forward to many more. And Michael drove them back to the gated community. Erica went to Richard's home to pick up Elsa. Next, they changed back to the usual garb. At this time, they took turns taking a long hot bath. Then they cuddled on the couch with Elsa. Finally, they retired. The rest of the month, Erica and Michael went to work during the week. Much to Erica's relief, filming stayed on schedule. When they weren't filming, Erica went to the studio's piano room to work on the theme song. After listening to various Japanese American music, she came up with her own song that blends Japanese and American music together. Then on the weekends, they attended various Pride events throughout the Bay Area with Alex and Chachi, and they continue working on their podcast. Aaron and Rio offered to join Erica and Michael on their fishing trips with Alex and Chachi. It made sense. Over the next 3 years, Ashley and Trey Jr. will need extra support. Aaron and Ria also needs extra support from Alex and Chachi, since all 4 of them are trans. Much to everyone's relief, they welcomed Aaron and Ria aboard. At this time, Aaron used the studio streaming service to learn how to make various seafood dishes from Chachi's cooking show. July and August were a big blur of work and spending time with friends. Also, there were 2 new developments for the clinic. Vanessa Moore spent the entire summer being onboarded to become next junior community health educator. Around this time, Erica and Michael received thank you cards in their postbox from the 3 couples. The clinic hired their first menopause specialist. She wrote journal articles about how perimenopause and menopause affects patients with endometriosis. differently from patients who do not have this condition. The staff unanimously agreed to welcome her aboard. After she was onboarded, the front desk started making appointments for the patients to see her. By the time Erica was ready to make her appointment, she was already booked through to the end of the year. Much to her relief, the senior nurse practitioner overheard Erica talking with the front desk receptionist, so Erica got bumped up. After getting blood work done, Erica was relieved she does not have either condition. However, it did reveal that she does have a thyroid issue. Erica is concerned about Western medicine's dependence on prescription medicine, plus side effects, and there's no telling long-term effects. They tried out other modalities first, such as nutrition, for example, iodine, selenium, zinc, and prioritizing gut health, exercise in the form of strength training, stress management, sleep tests, and supplements, for example, anti-inflammatory. If and only if Erica does not respond, then the specialist will revisit prescription medicine. At this time, Erica resumed working on the next research project regarding birth and death rates by month and year in the South Pacific Bay Area. Before Kim and Richard left on their brief vacation in September, they boarded Halia with Erica and Richard. Since Ashley will become a new mom in October, they need to take time off now because they will be extra busy the rest of the year supporting Ashley. At this time, Erica divided her time between editing her new feature-length film and supporting Jamie and training Sophia and Vanessa to educate local school children about sexual health education. Since the last day of August was a Saturday, Alex and Chachi took Erica and Michael on their weekly fishing trip. After Chachi cleaned the fish, they took some of the fish to the parents, some to Ashley's gated community. By then, Ashley was ready to switch to offering online therapy until their due date. Questions, comments, constructive criticisms, let me know. And I shall see you next time. Take care.